Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Mike Grant from Costless Payment Solutions, to present to us on a revolution in business payment solutions. Are you looking at your bank statement, scratching your head thinking, OMG, if only there was a way to accept payments from clients without these fees? Well, let me introduce you to the saving grace on your business. Mike has over 25 years experience in banking/finance, assisting small, medium and large corporations with their payment solutions. 4 years ago, Costless Payment Solutions evolved. This has now resulted in Mike being able to provide products such as mobile FPOS, direct debiting and zero payment integration with no fees for your business, club or association. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mike Grant.
What I'd like to do is just spend the next 10 minutes with you. I hope I don't bore you with something that's very passionate to me. But for many, many years now, when a business, a club or association has actually considered how do we accept card payments into our organisation, they've sort of walked well down a path to their financial provider, their bank, which is only natural. Here in Australia, we're very, very staunch in what we do. We don't like change. We're humans, I suppose. So that was a case where I used to be able to help people in that situation, working for one of the major 4 banks for, as Matt said, 25 years. So I was actually struck by a lightning bolt, not literally, but 5 years ago, I suddenly couldn't do what I've been doing for a large part of my life. So I made a conscious decision to leave and to pursue other situations. So that's so what actually happened is in September 2017 is when the federal government brought into play surcharge laws in our country. So what I've then done is I've then used those laws, adhered to those laws, and developed 3 separate payment solutions. So if I can just give you a little bit of a synopsis here. So there's still some talk that we could become a cash-free society. I suppose in most cases, no matter where you are in our fine country, is that when you go into a cafe or a restaurant or a menswear shop, as an example, pre-COVID, you would have had many different choices to actually how to pay for your goods or services. Now there's more and more focus, more and more stringent adherence to cashless payment solutions. So it's another, I suppose that's another case of another conversation we can have there. But if as you see, it's going that way. The Reserve Bank has actually reported that's the way that we're heading. At the moment, as of 6 weeks ago, we're doing 96.8% of all transactions in our economy on card. So as you can see, we may be a small country in comparison with the US and the UKs of the world, but we're the 6th highest users of electronic payments in the world. So we adopt those electronic means probably more easily than most other people around the world. So as you can see, 37% of household spending is done by cash, okay, compared with 69% in 2008. So there's actually been a 30% reduction in 12 years, where we've gone more into the electronic space. So what's even more pertinent now is what does this mean for you? So no matter what business you're in, no matter who you bank with, I would strongly recommend that if you have not had contact with your bank or bank manager in the last 6 to 9 months, that you take the bull by the horns and have an interview or a conversation with them. The reason why is that I know from my banking experience is that banks are not proactive as they should be in coming to you and suggesting cheaper ways of you to accept card payments into your business. So with that in mind, is that with increased card usage, and it's what I see day in, day out in my business and my investigations are doing into the economy, there is every likelihood bank fees are going to increase again. I don't think that they would be, let me say, proud to do it or should be doing it round, when COVID's still hanging around us all in our country. But it's something I would suggest you certainly have a look at and consider. Obviously, if bank fees increase, your profit will reduce. So, what means do you have in place to sort of compensate for that? Because I'll guarantee no one would be happy going home with reduced profit each month. Because at the end of the day, we're in there to earn a profit and to go home and provide, for our families and our loved ones waiting for us. So, and this is a question I get proposed to me all the time. Do I continue to absorb this increase in bank fees for payment solutions? Well, I'm never going to tell you how to run your business, but something worth considering is that if you continue to absorb this potential increase in bank fees, is that something will tell in the future. So, whether it's going to be a case of, you may not be having a business that's economically viable anymore and therefore have to close. So I hope you're not faced with that. Going home with less profit, yep, I don't think the family would be too impressed either. Maybe needing to close your business. And do you pass on the card acceptance cost to the client? Now, this is a whole new topic that I could talk about for the next hour. I've only actually got about 4.5 minutes if my timing's right here. But that whole card acceptance cost to the client is up here in Queensland. For those that don't know, I have a lot of people mention to me that we don't, I don't believe in surcharges. That's what people say to me. But they'll have parked out the front their brand new BMW or their Audi or whatever it might be. Here in Queensland, we have an excise built into our fuel price. So that's how a lot of governments get around that particular part of it. A lot of businesses are starting to do that now, just starting to tinker with their cost of goods sold. In doing so, you've got to be very, very careful that you're adhering to the actual law. It's very, very stringent into what you can actually increase your cost of goods by to still be compliant with the law. Please, I hope you don't ever contravene the law, because if you do, the fine is up to $126,000 per breach. And I know of a business here in Queensland that suffered a breach 2 weeks ago. Now, some food for thought. How apt is it at this time? The ones who win are the ones who keep going after everyone else has quit. I suppose, when we're faced with something like COVID, it throws up all different challenges for us. In that, sometimes, we'll have those people that will put their head back on the pillow, probably pull the doona up over their head and say, oh, I'll wake up and it'll all be over. Unfortunately, it's not, as we can see from a global perspective. But also, what's so important with that quote as well is that in business, I believe one of your important qualities is to be innovative. And with being innovative, it's a case now where you go to your accountant and you expect your accountant to be innovative with how he or she is going to advise you in going forward. You go to your lawyer, asking him or her to be innovative in preparing, contracts for sale or buying a business. You also in my world, I have to be innovative too, because I'm entrusted by you to actually provide you with those solutions that are going to add more dollars back into your pocket. Obviously, I also have to be compliant with the law and how I do that. And I'm certainly keeping for the want of a better word, abreast of all different changes. And there are some changes still coming through even now. But look, at the end of the day, I'm here, a proud BX member. I'm here. I don't care how small you are, how large you are, what question you have. In my world, I'm here to help you in any way I can. and that's what I enjoy doing. So I hope you've enjoyed that short insight into the world of payment solutions. It's rather a different world most days. But look, thanks very much for your time and attendance today, and I look forward to helping you again at some time. But thank you.
Mate, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. It's interesting points around changing in regards to the current pandemic around cashless payments, right?
Absolutely.
I'm sure that the floor has a few questions. Has anyone out there got any questions around what we've just spoken with Mark about? Milind and then Prosper. Milind, do you want to kick off? You're on mute, bud. Milind, you're on mute at the moment.
Mark, how you are finding cryptocurrency? Is that affecting your market or not?
Excellent question. Thank you, Melinda. Good to see you again too. At the moment, I am in development phase at the moment of looking at crypto solutions. So at the moment, I'm probably 6 to 9 months away before I have something that I can launch into the marketplace. So yeah, thank you, Melinda. It's very high on my to-do list. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely, especially with that digital market that's growing and expanding. We have some special people on the BX network today who've spoken about that. Prosper, you had a question?
Yeah, it's to do with online payments. A lot of the gateways that we're using, Stripe, PayPal, are charging through the roof with these sort of payments. Is there something that can be done that you're doing with the physical payments in store?
Yeah, excellent question. Thank you, Mayor of Melbourne. With what I'm actually doing at the moment, a lot of the clients are using Stripe predominantly, and also PayPal for their online payment solutions. I'm finding a lot of them are using Xero as well. So what we're able to actually do is we're actually able to migrate from a pure online payment gateway solution more so into the Xero world, the Xero solution that I provide. So that gives you that functionality of being able to pass on the surcharge to your clients as well. But if you're looking at a pure online payment gateway on your website, it is something that I can do. Yeah. Primarily, most people have gone to my Xero option.
Okay. Interesting. Wonderful. Any other questions from the broader community? Alrighty. Thanks very much for that, Mark.